Hello everyone and welcome back to Veluwe Zoo. And in the previous episode we started on this Australian outback section of the zoo. And of course we started by adding these kangaroos. They are happily jumping around in their new habitat. Although it's not really popular with the guests, I'm still happy with this new habitat. So of course today we will continue to expand this Australian section of the zoo. But first we have to manage it as well. And we have some dangerous fighting going on in the safari. That's not good. Let's see. I think it's the African buffalo that is fighting. That's not good. So I'm gonna release you to the wild. And that will be fixed. And we also have a stressed Koala. That's not good. Stress levels are high. And education signs are off. That's weird. Oh, we have two male Koalas fighting here. 2.7 years old, 12.1. I'm gonna send you to the trade center and that will be better. In the meantime, I will switch on these screens because the education rating in the Veluwe Zoo is not going really well. I can show it to you, of course. So we go to the zoo overview and you can see education rating only 19%. That's not good. We also have 50% hunger, 55%. Oh wait, the other way around. Thirst. But anyway, we have to do something about that, of course. And they made our lives a little bit easier with these vending machines. These are perfect to place all around the zoo. I already placed some over here. Let's do a few more of them. Gulpy soda, cosmic cow. Let's put a few all around the zoo. Some coffee, always good. There you go. And then we can also get a hot dog machine. That's perfect. And a pizza pan. Where shall I put the pizza pan? Let's see. I think this will be a perfect place for a pizza pan. And a chief beef. And you can see a lot of people use these vending machines. They are already broken. That's how busy it is at the terrace. So everything is all good. So this safari ride seems to have become the second terrace. Nobody is using it. It's kind of weird. Not sure what to do about that. This might help. So we just open up the safari tour and you will see there will be many guests going here. And we still have a problem with this toilet. So make sure we call a mechanic and everything will be done. So our ring-tailed lemur just matured, but it still looks like a baby. So I put the lemurs in here because I wanted to participate in the challenge. So once they are matured, I'm gonna sell them. And we put the capuchin monkey back into their habitat, of course. So since the zoo is getting bigger, people are losing their energy. So they will need a few more benches to take a rest while they're walking. So we have to make sure they are able to reach this side of the zoo, of course, because there are not so many people walking around in the African section and absolutely no one in the new Australia section. So yeah, let's make sure we have enough benches all around the place. Let's see, a few over here. I mean, we can always delete them once we start expanding this part of the zoo. And some research, all good. The kangaroos are being researched, of course. And we didn't hire a mechanic yet for the new Australian section. So let's hire a mechanic. And let's go to the work zone called Kangaroo. All good. Alright, so we have no more messages. Everything is well managed. So it's time to start expanding the Australian section of the zoo. So let's switch to the time lapse right now. And welcome to the time lapse. And today we are going to add the koalas, of course. Probably the animal that a lot of people have been excited about. Of course, I started with another animal, the kangaroos. I have to tell you something. I did post it like in the comments of the previous video. While I was uploading that video and I already recorded the gameplay part of this one, I found out that the habitat is not working. So the kangaroos are actually not suited to be in a walkthrough habitat. That was just me being confused and didn't really know how to look for it in the Zoopedia. I tried to find it. It said they had a confident relationship with the humans. I thought, okay, they are able to have a walkthrough habitat and that's it. I didn't think about it. just made the entire habitat, and I just recently found out that every time someone enters the habitat, they just run straight out of it and go back home, and that's not what we want, of course. So we will have to change that. We will probably do that in the next episode. I will try to include it a bit in the gameplay part, show you around what I did with the habitat, and yeah, we will just need to make some small changes. So today it's gonna be a really small habitat because the koalas don't need a lot of space. You can see I made quite a big hole in the ground already. I lowered the terrain because I want to include the cassowaries in the next episode in the same area. I hope I pronounced it correctly, by the way. I did get a comment. I didn't pronounce it correctly in the overview video. I mean, English is not my native language, of course, and these animals are really hard to pronounce. So I hope I did a proper job this time. We will have to practice a bit for the next episode, of course. So we only have 2 more animals to go after this in the Australian section, and that will be it for the Australian section of the zoo. There was another comment telling me it was a little bit too green. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do something with that. I mean, we're still working in the temperate region of the zoo, and or like the temperate region. That's where the zoo is located. So I don't think we need like the complete desert feel. It's not realistic, and that's not what I'm trying to go for. So basically, this habitat's kind of simple. So a lot of rock work, a terrain work, and for me, the thing I wanted to accomplish with this one is that when the koala will be up in a tree, that the guest will have a perfect view on them. So it's not really like searching for the animals anymore. But I think koalas spend probably like 95% of the time up in a tree, and it's really hard to spot them. So I really wanted to have them on like an eye level. The foliage, I struggled a bit. You can probably see it. I will delete it sometimes. I will put some more trees in. I try different trees. I'm really having a hard time like blending in the new foliage that we got, especially the gum trees. I really want to use them, and the eucalyptus tree as well, but some I don't really manage, and that's kind of hard. So the things that we are adding, so as you can see right now, a lot of foliage. I'm really going for like a tropical vibe instead of like the outback. I'm not sure where the koalas live, but when I look at the Zoopedia, they are in a grassland and tropical region, so not really in a desert. When I saw them in real life, that was also like probably a temperate region. I don't know, Victoria, it's at a state, I think it is. So probably near Melbourne, and that's not really a desert in my opinion. So I think that's this habitat is a bit more realistic when it comes to foliage and stuff. I did put a lot of effort in it when it comes to foliage and rock work. You can see that probably half of the video was just me placing rocks and that kind of stuff. What I wanted to do for the shelter space. So these animals do need some shelter space. I do find it a bit weird to make like a building for them because they're like such a small animal. And I don't think in real life they will actually have something like that. So what I did, I made this little climbing frame. I used the new Australian carbon fiber roofs to make this little structure. It's really simple, but it works. So this one gives the animals some shelter space. I made it a little bit bigger and added some other climbing stuff around it, and it actually looks quite good. So I've removed all the trees by now from the habitat, so I only did some bushes and some smaller trees. Then I decided to make these little shelter spaces. So yeah, I'll make sure this one blends in properly in the end. You can see I made 2 of them. Then I will add a little water section over here, and I will separate the 2 habitats from each other. I don't think the koala and the cassowaries can be together in a habitat. We can, of course, we can try. I will try to do that in the next one. But yeah, we will see how that one will end up in the next one. So there are a few things that we have to talk about as well. So I already announced this one in the previous episode. There will be a 5K celebration live stream. That one will be on the 10th of September from 5 until 10 p.m. Central European time. So we will stream for 5 hours straight. I've had several ideas on what to do. I'm not 100% sure yet, but of course we will see when the stream is actually there. There will be some giveaways. We will give away some DLCs and some merch that is upcoming. I will have to make sure that I actually have it. Otherwise, I will show you a picture, and we will make sure that you will get the stuff that you want, of course, in the live stream. But I hope everyone can join, and it will be a lot of fun. So it's gonna be on a Thursday. I know probably not the most or not the best day, but good news, my holiday just started, and by that time I still have some days off, and that's perfect for me to do the live stream. So I still hope everyone can join. It will be in the evening for the people in Europe. So I think that's gonna work out fine, of course. So yeah, because it's gonna be my holiday for now, I will be gone for a week. We will go travel around in our own little country, and so that means Zoosly is gonna we will have to wait another 2 weeks for another Zoosly. So I know Paul already delayed the Zoosly episode 2 weeks, so I'm gonna do exactly the same thing, just to take some time for ourselves, especially after this release. And we just need a bit of a holiday after this episode. So it will be quiet for a week after this one, and then I still have 2 weeks left, just full time for me and the YouTube channel and some gaming. So we will be back even more during that period. So then Zoosly will be back, and the petting zoo, we will I discussed this with Jure. We really want to get back into that, and make sure that we upload an episode each week, and then probably finish it pretty soon, I guess. But we both have some ideas that we still want to implement. I know we set like 10 episodes for that one, but I think it's gonna be more when I look at the ideas that we still have for it. But the video, I just finished up the little viewing area. Really simple but realistic. You will always see something like that in a zoo. You can see the koalas are already happily running around and having fun, of course. Another shelter space I created, again with the Australian pieces. It's just some experimenting that we are doing right now. I know the habitats are kind of simple, but it works, and that's the most important stuff. And I just want to get to know all the pieces, and then later on we can use them all over the place, of course, trying to find some different uses for them. But right now I'm just sticking with the Australian theme that we got, and it's working out really well, in my opinion. It's a simple habitat. Then again, I don't want to spend thousands of pieces on this little section, because it's not going to be worth it, in my opinion, if we break Veluwe Zoo by adding this section, because it was not planned. We wanted to finish up the African section, then we wanted to do a Asian section, and that will be it. But I don't want to ruin the frames per second, so that's why we are sticking with a little bit more like simple habitats. Actually, I didn't plan on making I did plan on making a bit longer video. I was actually already finished at like 13-14 minutes, and for me that was a bit too simple. So I'm going back in, and the bridge that we just created, I will make something that looks a bit more realistic and a bit better, in my opinion. I spend a little bit more time on the bridge. Of course, we have to think about education and that kind of stuff. We are still in a franchise zoo. I mean, don't forget that. I'm really excited to start a own Sandbox zoo very soon, when we get the time for that. But first I want to finish up some of the projects that we are already working on. A lot of people also have been asking about Borealis Zoo. I mean, I've uploaded 2 episodes and I never got back into that, and it has a good reason. I mean, I just didn't know what to do with it. I created a polar bear habitat, like a actual size polar bear habitat, and you guys all know that it needs like 250,000 square kilometers of space, and I created that, and it looked weird, and I just didn't know what to do with it anymore. What I decided to do is I'm gonna redo the entire thing, but we will do that around Christmas. So it's gonna be probably like 10 episodes, something like that, that around Christmas we're gonna go back into that, upload all the episodes, and it's gonna be fun, hopefully. I just want to make some kind of like Christmas village, and I think that time is gonna be perfect for it. It was actually a idea of one of my moderators, I think. So thank you very much for that. It's the perfect idea, and I actually don't like that I started a project and didn't finish it. So we just have to get back into that. So people who are excited about that, yeah, we just have to wait until Christmas. I mean, it's kind of a gift that we will give you. But I'm really starting to like the vibe that we're going for in Veluwe Zoo. So that's basically the first two Planet Zoo tours that I did, something like that. That's what I'm trying to go for. Probably in the next Sandbox series I'm going to do. So that's gonna be realism, not especially a city zoo, but just a realistic zoo. That's what, yeah, I'm just most excited about to start doing in the next Sandbox zoo. So the little bridge, it's a really simple structure, just the wood pieces, of course, from the Australia pack, and some little rope pieces here and there. I actually googled some bridge structures and I found this, and yeah, I ended up with this. It looks cool in the end. I'm pretty happy with this little habitat. Of course, we will finish up this episode with some cinematics, and you will see the entire habitat. And yeah, there's just a lot of foliage going on, so I hope you will spot the animals as well. And for now, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you hit the like button. And if you didn't do it already, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on anything new. And I'm gonna speak to you guys in the next one. Goodbye.